So we will start the music and also the meditation, and slowly people keep joining us. Okay. All right. So we were talking about Pournami meditation, the power of a Pournami meditation in various aspects. Like, we are trying to cover various aspects happen during your Pournami meditation in every monthly meditations. So this time we also will think about healing. Okay. Healing, actually, Amavasya time is good for healing, and Pournami time is, good to access the new energies. So that is what generally people say that. And yeah, that is also true. But at the same time, these Pournami energies is good for healing too. Because, see, during the Pournami days, what happens? Astral travel happens, right? Our Atma, it undergoes astral travel. It takes astral travel. So wherever it wants to go, it goes because it will gain lot of highest energies. So this happens only when higher energy field is formed, then the astral travel will happen. So that is why you must have heard that when so many people are sitting together and doing meditations, a high energy field will form. So during the time, the spiritual experiences, that is, the spiritual experiences will occur, and that means, like, during the meditations, and they will connect to the astral masters, and they will connect to some people. If it is in a highest energy fields form, so they can connect to God also. So astral travel happens when the highest energy fields occur. So that happens when we are doing in group meditations and all. So, so this astral travel not only to gain the energy and the knowledge, it also get healed. The uh, the soul will get healed because, see, so the soul, it takes life for many lives, right? It's been coming from, like, some of the souls, it comes from Satya Yuga onwards, the oldest souls. So many lives it takes, so much of, because it has to, that is the existence of soul. How the soul is existing? By gaining energies and getting enlightenment. So that is the only way a soul evolutes and also exists. So otherwise what happens? It drains all its energy. If there is no learning, if there is no enlightenment through the experiences, then what happens? The soul energies will get drained. So that is why soul, it travels astrally. When we were sleeping or when the highest energies are forming, like, especially in the during Pournami days, because it goes at various places and it gains, it access different kinds of energies which is required for it, and also the knowledge and wisdom and enlightenment. Along with that, the healing, because it takes so many lives. In every life, it is not that the soul will be safe, right? So based on the way that we live, the way that we think, in every life, the way we think, the way we decide, they take the decisions, everything, it affects and affects the soul. Sometimes the soul will get injured, like, based on, like, the kind of experiences I undergo, and it went through at different lifetimes, then it will get injured. So it needs a healing. It gets injured in this, it gets wounded. It gets wounded. The soul wounds. So every time the soul will try to get healed, every time it takes life. But sometimes it may be conscious and gets into spiritual path and get healed, and some lives it won't. That is why we always will have some lives are spiritual lives, some lives are non-spiritual lives. So every life we try our level best to be in the spiritual path. Even for some time in the life, even we spend some time in the life non-spiritually, but after some time, after that time, a soul should get a consciousness and gets into spiritual path. It gives his soul health too. So this healing of the soul wounds, the healing occurs during this Pournami meditations too. So if that doesn't happen, what will happen? Okay, the soul is got wounded. Okay, it has wounds. So what? You may think that. So what happens is, if the soul gets wounded and it is carrying the wounds around, what happens is, when the wounds are occurring to the physical body, what will happen? You will get inflammation somewhere and you get pain, or it gets bleeded. So that is the same way the soul also will get suffered. So the suffering will be there for the soul. If there are wounds, if it is carrying the wounds, if that doesn't heal in any lifetime, what happens is it suffers. Just like how we suffer with the physical body, like that. So then what happens? What happens? Such soul, when it takes life as a human being, it will not be happy. The person will not be happy. If the person will not be happy, and the person is carrying the wounds in its soul, then what happens? The person emits the same energy outside. So wherever they go, like, there won't be any friendly nature, or else, like, when the person always, the person life also goes in a painful cycle. When the person is undergoing painful cycle, what happens? The same pain he will share. He or she will share to others, and other people's energy field will change because of this person's energy field. And always, the fights, or like, the doubts on each other, or some kind of unnecessary things, or maybe not the person will not do righteous actions also, because of these wounds. He's a continuous suffering, and obviously he will attract such kind of people only outside. So whatever you have, you give the same to other person, right? Even those people also carrying the pain with them, their lives also like that. And they all become together, like, it is a big negative energies they carrying together. And when somebody else approaching them, they share the same thing to them. So this kind of things will happen. And some kind of, they'll get into some kind of problems with the law, or some kind of problems with the police. All this kind of, bad things happen in their life. And the same similar bad things, they may share to other people also. So these are all because of the wounds, the wounds in the soul. So all these wounds should get healed. So they should get into the meditation. So people may think that when they do some bad things, or when they are considered as a bad people by the society, so nobody will born bad. Okay, so by the actions they do, people by the actions they do, those actions are going against it to the society, or going against to the families or friends like that, then they will get a name like, they're bad. They're doing it because of their actions. So why their actions are coming? Because of their thoughts, and because why those thoughts, such kind of thoughts are arising to them. So internally, this inner soul wounds also contribute to that. So then what they need to do? They need to get into the meditation. So they may think that, like, everybody say we are bad people. Can we do meditation? They definitely have to do. There is no good or bad to do the meditation. Anybody can do the meditations. Because, see, good and bad, somebody is deciding your character. So, because your actions are against to someone or some group or the society, with nothing to do to your soul. So, the meditation is, it is regarding, it belongs to the soul. It is a soul activity. When you are doing a meditation, it is a soul activity. When you are doing the meditations, when you are getting the spiritual energies inside of you, then slowly, all that negative energies will be unwired. Then automatically they will get wisdom. They will get knowledge of their soul. What is happening with them? Then slowly their thought process will start changing. Once their start process is changing, then they only will know what they did is right or wrong. So definitely everybody have to do it. Especially when such kind of people, definitely they have to do the meditations, because the healings will occur, especially during Pournami meditations. So everyday meditation is very good. During the meditation during the Pournami days, it is very, 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 very good. So that is why we need to do this Pournami meditation for the sake of our souls. And also, and another thing is, psychologically also, the Pournami meditations are so good. Why? Because, see, even the psychology, let us talk about a little bit of science. The psychology, what they say is, suppose the person is undergoing some kind of a trauma. Something happened in the life, something. So the person is under pain. So that a trauma is there. So to get out of those thoughts, according to science, to get out of that thoughts, it takes at least 6 to 7 months, it seems, to get out of those thoughts. So to completely come out of those situations, it takes 7 years, it seems. Because by 7 years, all the cells will be new. The new cells will come up, the blood and everything. So automatically that trauma will be out of that person. Scientifically, this is proved. And then you may say that, like, we have seen somebody, they're so unhappy about what all happened 20 years ago. Yeah, such kind of people, what they're doing is, they're not letting their system, to forget it. That means by 7 years, definitely they will forget it, because the old cells will go off and new cells will come. But these people, unknowingly, they are attaching that pain or agony and misery to the new cells also. Then again the new cells will start picking up the things, and it will go on in another 7 years. Because whatever we think, what we do, we speak. When you speak, then what happens is, the body will hear that. The body will catch it up. The body will catch it up. It absorbs. It absorbs every damn thing outside the world. Why not the things that is coming from you? It is the same logic. So whatever you are thinking, when you are putting out, don't put the things such a way that hurts you. So whatever you put it out, whatever you spit it out, the body will start absorbing it. So that is how people will not let the body system forget what happened 20 years ago. So our body is great actually. Our system is so great, such a way that we don't keep anything. It was made up like that. The only thing is uncontrollable is brain. Brain doesn't have a control, but body has a control. It has a time limits, no doubt. How you born and you die, you born and you die. Exactly the same way. For other things also there is a beautiful limitations and beautiful programming, not the limitation, programming. So beautiful programming to our body. So only this mind is uncontrollable. It always keeps thinking, doesn't care whether what you're thinking is right for you or wrong for you, whether it's whether it is doing any harm to you or it doesn't, or it is giving the best to you. It doesn't care. The brain's work is just keep thinking and extrapolating and generating the movies after movies. That's all. So that is why we need to take care of this compulsorily. Okay. And so during Pournami days, what happens is unnecessary things will get erased, even from the brain. But you have to surrender yourself. That's the problem. The surrenderness, if it is not there in the person will not get any kind of benefit by Pournami and Pournami meditation. If you keep on repeating on and on, same thing, whatever is happening in your life, even whether you like it, you don't like it. But some people's life is like this. They will be, it is a force. People will forcibly making them to do certain things, because they never fight it out. I have seen so many people, even men also. Even the whole family is forcing him, he does it. Because he never learned to fight it out. He never stood for himself. Same thing with the women also. She never learned. Most of the women, especially women, they never learned to fight for themselves, to fight it out, the injustice. So what happens because of that? They never come out of that cycle. So when such kind of people also have to do the meditation, especially the Pournami meditations, then what happens is slowly, when they are getting absorbed, these Pournami energies, that thought process, like, just, that thought process will start changing, because they will access energies. They will slowly, they will, they get strong. They become strong mentally, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. So then slowly what happens is the thoughts will get erased. Even when you are in the pain, how long you will be in the pain? How long? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Don't you get bored? Pournami meditation will erase it. For that, person should be surrendered. That surrenderness is important. Acceptance and surrender themselves is very important. Okay. So when the crescent moon started, crescent moon, like, it is like a line like this, right? So when the crescent moon started itself, then people should get ready, for the Pournami energies, to take the Pournami energies. And, that is the time of surrenderness. That is the time of surrenderness and healing. Healing starts from that time onwards. When you start seeing a line like this, the healing will be there. So, so it is a period. It is a beautiful period to take healing energies and prepare yourself for the new cycle. And if you want to get rid of the pain, just do it. So this is all, it's a natural flow of life, actually. So, this is all a natural flow of life. Natural flow of life, natural flow of resting yourself, a natural flow of rejuvenate your thoughts, rejuvenate your cells in the body, rejuvenate your beauty. There's nothing wrong. If you want to be beautiful, if you want to see, if you want to be beautiful, there's nothing wrong. It's not a crime. Do something new. So this is all like, rejuvenation, and also the resting, and also the natural flow of life with the moon energies. So that is why the healing will happen in this. And Anahata chakra. You know that. What is Anahata chakra? Heart chakra. The heart chakra works very well. Like, it gets activated by moon energies too. That means you will be very lovable. So Anahata chakra, heart chakra is, when you're taking moon energies, what happens is your Anahata chakra will get activated. You will have a gratitude, and you will have a humanity, unconditional love, and blissfulness. And also the duality will be reduced. That duality will be reduced. Advaitam. Like, there is no, like a oneness. So all these things, when during the Pournami meditation, during the Pournami days, you will get benefited like this. All right, masters, 6:32. Let's start the meditation. We'll go by time. Okay. Could you please sit down wherever you are? Sit down comfortably and keep your spine erect, but not the stiff. Just naturally keep your spine erect, and put your head a little up, such a way that your third eye is looking towards the sky. Slightly up, not so much. And close your eyes and keep your palms open, the palms, hand palms, and either you put in the Brahma Mudra, or, clasp your fingers like this, and keep it on and place it in your lap, putting the palms open. Now, be in the thoughtless state, masters, and peacefully, gently, peacefully observe your breath. Be with your breath, masters. When you are in the meditative state, you should be in the thoughtless state. Thoughtless state in the sense, when you close your eyes, you should be blank. Not necessarily it's dark, but it should be blank. You should not see anybody's faces. You should not remember any thoughts, previous thoughts. You should not imagine something else. Take a deep breath. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly breathe out and relax your body. Again, take a deep breath. Hold the breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly release the breath completely and relax your body some more. And again, take a deep breath. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, slowly release your breath completely and relax your body too. Let's access cosmic positive divine energies, masters. Let's access Pournami energies and imagine the brightest energies that are overflowing you, flowing on you like a huge waterfall. Imagine, masters, access those energies from the cosmos and the aura. The aura is filled with these energies. These energies are included with all divine gurus, Shakti, divine angelic Shakti, angelic powers, and also divine souls powers. The aura is completely filled with these energies, bright energies, masters. And we also accessing the golden rays, healing energies, huge waterfall kind of healing energies go in golden rays. The white and golden energies are completely filled in the aura, masters, and expand your aura and many kilometers. Imagine. Eventually, these energies are entered into all our 7 bodies, in every cell, and the space between the cells, inside the cell, inside the nucleus, and also the DNA code. These energies are freely flowing from aura to the DNA code, masters. And in this process, wherever the negative energies, toxic energies, incomplete energies no longer serve energies, the energies which are not ours, such energies are kicked out of all 7 bodies and the aura. The positive divine energies destroyed the negative aspects of those energies. The energies which are purified that way are mixed, are gone into the nature, masters. Now, the entire aura and the all 7 bodies are filled with the positive divine energies and upon them energies, masters. And all 7 bodies get cleansed and get balanced. The Panchabhutas, the 5 elements, get cleansed and balanced. And also 7 bodies cleansed and balanced. And all the chakras cleansed and get balanced, masters. Now you connect with your soul, masters. Temporarily disconnect with the physical world and be with your soul, masters, and soak in the ecstasy of enlightenment, masters. Be with your soul, own soul, and see the reality of your soul and experience the unconditional love with the God and the peace and the blissfulness, the ultimate happiness, masters. And via this light, let's connect to the Paramatma, masters. If you don't hear the music, please let me know. Gently and slowly. Take your own time, masters. Keep your eyes closed. Let's thank to cosmic positive divine energies, masters. Let's thank to Pournami energies. Let's thank to Purnatma. Let's thank to five elements and the nature. Let's also thank our parents and the society which is giving the life experience time to time and helping us to take knowledge and the wisdom. Let's thank to our own soul, giving us an opportunity to do the meditation and gain the enlightenment. Now, slowly, take your palms and keep it on your eyes. Take a breath in a natural way. Now, slowly, breathe out for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, gently open your eyes and look at your palms with a smile, masters. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful meditation. Thank you. And next, I'm inviting Master Sudhakar from North Carolina for a wisdom talk. And he's going to speak on the topic, the ultimate liberation, the path to ultimate liberation. It's really a great topic. And some of you know that we recently talked about this liberation, Mukti Margam, written by Patriji. And now you can think that it's a continuation. And we are getting more chances to know more about the Mukti, the liberation. Sudhakar ji, it's all yours. And could you please come out of your windows and say hello to Sudhakar sir? Everybody.
Namaste, Master.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Everybody, please. I take a picture too. Padmaja, Swapna, Kavita and all. Whoever it is possible. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, madam. Thank you for inviting.
Oh.
It's especially on full moon days, you guys are doing amazing.
It's our pleasure.
Yes. So very good group you guys have, and especially doing more meditation and talking about some good topics is a really great thing on full moon days.
Really, I mean, it's all like, the nature decides.
Yeah.
So what time, what is the right time to learn what?
Yeah.
And who is that person gives the right uh, knowledge and wisdom to people, you know. So it brings everybody together and
Yeah.
sit down at one place. Yeah.
Mm. Very nice. Very nice meeting you all.
Yeah.
So thank you for inviting. So, and I will give a brief introduction. So, is it Telugu or English? What is it, madam? Is there anybody who is not
Actually,
Telugu
this
or?
is going on in English, but everybody
Mhm, okay.
understands the English. So
Okay, let's go in English.
yeah, I mean Telugu also okay if it is
Okay.
if it is easy to
Yeah.
to, to make
Yeah.
everybody understand.
So basically, the topic is Mukti Margam. So I will tell out of my experiences, my understanding,
Sure.
but it is basically the Mukti Margam. But in English, I will try to simplify it and give my examples. But it's Patrisar wisdom, and especially on Guru Purnima,
Mm.
talking about our Guru Patriji, and especially knowing wisdom that is given by him is a great blessing for us. So once again, with a deep gratitude to Pitama Patriji and to you all, let us begin today's full moon thing. Okay, dear friends, first of all, I want to congratulate you on doing the full moon meditation with a group with so much intention and intensity. Is very interesting. So you can all experience this full moon analysis. I don't know how much you will notice the difference between the normal day and the full moon day. Because I start noticing 2 days before the full moon, even if I don't know, if I don't notice there's a full moon coming, by noticing the energies, I know okay, there's full moon coming. So morning, as soon as I sit, I can clearly see the difference from other days to the full moon days energy. So that is why there is so much stress on utilizing the full moons. In any spiritual path you take, meditation, japa, or puja, those days are very special days. So when I started my spiritual journey, I used to take off on every full moon day
Mm. That's good.
and then try to do meditation. So those patis are used to connect 3 hours meditation in India. So that is usually in afternoon. So I take day up and practice. So that's why we have to give the importance. Then you can little feel that.
Right.
So I will give brief introduction about me. I don't know if how much of you know. My name is Sudhakar Pedreddy. I live in North Carolina. I used to live in New Jersey before. I moved here last year. So I started my spiritual journey around 2018. It all maybe like divine plan as we tune into the nature. As the nature changes, as energy changes in the nature, we also eventually change. So that's why we should keep ourselves always open. So I used to be always open-minded. I was going to gym to develop a six pack, and in order to get that, so we have to work out a lot, like hour and a half every day.
Mhm.
I used to listen to songs. I used to get bored of listening to songs. Then I started listening to Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. So after listening to them like a month or two, they are very well written. Every character has so intensity, well connected, and I'm like, okay, it cannot be a fictional story. There is a truth in these stories.
Mhm.
So basically, the truth in the stories is all the god, Rama, Krishna. So these gods and everything, everybody, all these divine beings are true. But why we are not able to connect to them? Why we are not able to see them? So what is the way to connect to them, or what is the way to reach them? So that was my quest out of listening to all those pravachans and videos. So then what is the way? So the way that we know as we grow up in India, most thing we go to temple. So what they do puja. So by doing puja, so it you can reach to the God. So I started puja. So in the same time, I started reading my book. It's called Autobiography of Yogi
Mhm.
that everybody should read. If you haven't read, you must read that book. I read that book, and then that changed my frequency, that changed my consciousness. After reading that book, So many different great beings in India, their experiences, their true stories. Paramahansa Yogananda ji traveled across the India and recorded every statement from different gurus and beings, great beings. So, okay, this is great. We have great Indian history, great Indian wisdom. So we should definitely take that. So out of that book, what I got is self-realization,
Mhm.
right? The enlightenment, self-realization. So what is the way to get self-realization? So only way is the meditation. There is a puja, japa. I did both of that for like few months and moved on to my meditation because meditation is the way to get self-realized, to know more about yourself. Okay, not only body, mind, but at a deeper level, knowing yourselves. So for me, then what is who I was looking for somebody who can teach me the meditation.
Mhm.
I was searched Google and found somebody in New Jersey. Her name is Devi Chakka. We went to them. They used to have satsang like every full moon. So I went to one of the satsang and they told me Anapanasati. And then I got it. And also I read Swami Vivekananda's Raja Yoga book. So I also know how to do basics of that. Then I started doing, see the magic as a, because my intensity was there and very curious throughout the day and night. I only think about the spirituality, meditation. I do work, but my main focus is on this. The
Mm.
time I could spend
What
less time
made you to
on,
think suddenly, like, because from the beginning we will be so much into towards the physical world,
yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
what made you to think suddenly to shift towards spirituality?
Because I read these books and I listened to this as Mahabharata Ramayana, right? So when you compare with all of that, the gods talking to the gods, getting their experiences, and compare working in the IT job, it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
It is just basic survival thing when you compare with all other things. You're talking about different dimensions, different locals, different beings. Okay. When there is so much, why we are limiting ourselves to this limited work that is only the survival basics,
Mm.
right? So that's why my quest started. Okay, we should do it. The reason why I continued is at the moment I started my meditation, in the first week itself, I started seeing the changes within my body.
Mhm.
There's some kind of movements inside the body because I have never noticed those kind of movements in the body before. So after meditation, so there is some change is happening. After I research, it's called cosmic energy healing the body. So by sitting idle, closing your eyes, you are getting healed. You're getting energy. You're going deeper within you. There are new dimensions that are opening up within you. So that kept me going. That means whatever I'm doing is working. Right? And this is something which nobody tells, and we have never seen this so far in the life, right? Until you come into the spirituality. This is the invisible dimension of the creation. So that made me so much curious about it to go behind it. And then I kept doing and so many numerous astral experiences, so many healings. I used to have migraine. After my meditation, the migraine gone. um, Stomach ulcers, the gastric trouble is gone. Okay. Most importantly, the happiness started growing, and I used to have an unknown fear for like nervousness. For everything we feel nervous. I used to feel nervous, and that also disappeared. So all these positive changes and the changes that are happening within the body made me so much curious and go behind it. And as we read more and more books, we'll get to know more and more. Especially if you read the autobiography of Yogi, all the pages, so many miracles. Every chapter is a miracle there, right? So once you know it, then you know the human has so much potential. Why you want to limit yourself to very limited things that we're doing? And for example, in the autobiography of Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda writes that okay, one Swami is walking on the road, some police come and cut his hand. He doesn't even bother about it. After
Mm.
some time, he takes that hand, put it back.
Right,
How is
right.
that possible for a regular person?
Mm.
But it is possible. Somebody made it possible. That means if he made it possible, means it also should be possible for us. Right? And astral travel. So you can sit here and come out of your body and go different places. So when all these is things that are there, extra sensory powers, so why you limit yourself? So these things made me curious and I kept going. And in fact, I did get a lot of astral experiences. And I do see some of the gods coming and helping and giving become astral beings, right?
Mm.
All those experiences made me so much curious. And after 2 years, and in New Jersey, we started doing all like Zoom sessions, how you doing, like hosting and then taking classes and eventually making in-person group event. That way we grew as a strong team in New Jersey. It also helped me. Most importantly, when you go to in-person, the Sajjan Sangatya is another great thing to keep you going. Because they share their experiences, you share your experience. So if you stuck somewhere, they will help you, and their experience also teach you. Because by being with 10 people, you learn out of everybody's experience. That way, our spiritual growth will be much, much faster. Just sitting inside your home and doing it, it will take a lot of time. If you do Sajjan Sangatya, you can learn from everybody and also you can make a great group energies. So that's why I started, and there were so many different programs came in between. The Unified came into my life. I started a Unified program. It is came from Mahavatar Babaji. So I started teaching the Unified from Babaji. It's a great course that everybody should do it. It basically teaches you, take you to the next level, connecting you to your higher self.
Mm.
Once you connect to your higher self, your spiritual growth will be much faster because your higher self will start guiding. So higher self, look at it like your personal guru. So earlier, everybody used to have their physical guru. So that guru will see your status, your current state of being, and based on that, he will give you practices. He will guide you. He will tell you do this and do that. When you don't have personal guru, what is that? What is the way for you? You have to explore everything. If you start exploring everything on yourself, it will take forever because there's so many things that you need to do, right? If somebody knows you very well and you'll tell you do this, means your evaluation will be very fast. So if you connect your higher self, and the higher self will tell you do exactly what to do, what not to do. Okay, where you stuck, how to navigate day-to-day life, how to navigate every special occasion. This will be all these instructions. You can interact with the higher self when your higher self whenever you want. When you say higher self, we can also call Purnatma. Okay, so it's called unified from Mahavatar Babaji. So it is happening everywhere in the world. So you can also join and do that. Okay, friends. So that is a little bit brief about me.
Very.
And
So you got connected to Babaji, Avatar Baba.
Mahavatar Babaji. Yes.
Okay.
And I spoke to the author who wrote that book. So basically, that instructions are came from Mahavatar Babaji as a channeling. So that author, I don't know how I got connected. I Googled and the internet and I got his number. I spoke to him and he was immensely grateful that we are doing that course now because the world is ready for that course. We are translating in so many different languages, Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Marathi, even Urdu, everything. Even it's in the Spanish. Okay. So that because I'm just telling to tell you that the importance of the book. Okay, friends. So if you have any questions about my experiences, if you want to ask any specific thing, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go into our today's topic. Okay. So today's topic is the path to ultimate liberation. It is also came from the same book that we said, somebody said, the Mukti Margam Patrizi book. I read aloud it. So not only this, every Patrizi book, it just 15, 20 pages. If you read it, there is so much in-depth wisdom. And he gives the knowledge in very easy words and easy to understand and very easy to adapt for the people who are in this samsara, the life, family life. It's very easy for them to implement because he doesn't tell anything that is not possible for the people who is living in family but yet to practice the spirituality. Okay, this is Madhya Marg. We want everything to experience here. So all his books are great. So everybody must read this book. So Mukti Margam, the path to liberation. So if you understand what is liberation, then you will find a way to reach there. Like how I did. First, I did my research in understanding what is God and what is liberation. So once I understood, okay, there is a God, then we'll start searching how to reach the God. Same thing, if you know there is some liberation thing, that means you can come out of your miseries, your sorrows. First, you should know there is something that liberation is possible, it is there. Then you start searching for it. Right? So if you don't know something is there, how will you get there? So first, very important thing is understanding the liberation. What is the liberation? What is the true meaning of the liberation? You can also call mukti, you can also call salvation. Okay, anything you call, it's ultimately same thing, telling in a different word. Okay, so according to Patriji, the liberation is release from the your all sorrows, release from all your miseries. If you are happy every day, today, tomorrow, and every moment, if you are truly happy and that happiness never goes away from you, that means you are liberated. You don't have any miseries. But what we do is every day we are happy one day, we're happy for 1 hour, next 1 hour we are sad, next 1 hour we don't know what to do, next 1 hour we complain, next 1 hour we gossip. So you see how many up and downs we are going in a day. That means you are not really liberated, you are under the influence of something. So you don't have freedom, you don't have control on it. Things are happening and you are going with that. So liberated means freedom means you should have the freedom. But in this case, you don't have freedom, right? The sadness, suffering, you don't know where is it coming from. Right? And what are the different kind of sufferings that we go through in a day-to-day life? First is the physical suffering, the health problems. So once you get health problem, you don't have a control on it. So once you don't have control on it, you don't have a freedom from that sickness, that illness. The physical freedom is gone. The health. Okay. The moment you have the 100% health, and you should have a confidence that you will be healthy as long as you live. This is important. Be healthy right now and be confident that you will be healthy forever. So if you have this physical health and if you know that you will be healthy tomorrow, that means you have really achieved the physical health, the physical freedom from the body. Okay. And the second thing is the mental and emotional. So now everybody has most of the basic needs like food, shelter, clothes, everybody has it, but still they're not happy. They're still looking for something more. They fight for small things at home. Every day, for no reason, they'll be having arguments. So that means there is no happiness. So when the moment you argue, you lose your happiness, you go into some kind of depression, frustration, anger. All these things are taking over your happiness, your mental and emotional happiness, right? The moment you lose your emotional and mental happiness, you go into suffering. So that means you also lose your freedom there. Okay, that means on day-to-day basis, You should be able to navigate the every situation. In every situation, you must be happy. You should be able to be happy. Okay. You go to work. One day there is a stressful day. So by end of the day, if you come back stressed and complaining everybody in the office, that means you don't have freedom there, right? Your day is controlling you, your work is controlling you. You come home, you fight with your spouse, or you have argument with your kids. So you don't have control on it. Right? In all the situations, okay, irrespective of what is happening around you, okay, around you in the sense it could be in your home or your neighbor in the world. We become sad or anger by looking at the news. Something is happening other side of the world. You have nothing to do with. You cannot do anything. It's so far away from you. But still we become anger. We complain about things that are happening. Because we just take it to our mind, right? And start and personalizing them to our problems. So second is mental suffering. Okay. The physical suffering is one, and second is mental suffering, taking to the mind and suffering on it. So this is a second freedom that we need to gain. Okay. Freedom from your mind, freedom from your emotions. Okay. First one is a freedom from health, the physical illnesses. And the third and most intelligent thing that will define how evolved is the intelligence. How much intelligence are you developing? So intelligence in the sense, don't look at the physical like intelligent thing. Intelligence means knowing you are not just the body and mind, knowing that you are a soul, knowing that you lived so many multiple lifetimes, and you have to bring that all that past wisdom to this present moment. Okay, that is called true intelligence. Okay, true intelligence means knowing who you are. Okay, the moment you know who you true you are, that is called intelligence, not just this intelligence like intellect. Okay, analyzing and processing data like how computers do, that is not intelligence, right? If computer can do, if we call that intelligence, then we are dumb when compared to the computers, right, dear friends? So intelligence means knowing that who you are. Intelligence means knowing that why you were born. Intelligence means what is your life purpose. If you know answers for this all questions, if you know all your past lives, if you know answers for all these questions, that means you have the true intelligence. Okay, so you need to have all these things. So that's when you can truly claim that you are liberated, and you will be liberated and you will be joyful when you are able to overcome all these problems. Right, dear friends? So if any questions, you can stop me. We'll go more detail in that. But this is a very important topic. So in general, we'll say mukti means people think that something happens after we leave the physical body. After death, we'll be liberated. No, because whatever your mental things, your true intelligence, or it will carry with you. You only lose the physical body, but everything else will remain with you. So the mukti is not something happens after liberation. Mukti is not something somebody will give you, right? If you do a lot of pujas and yajnas, you think that you'll get mukti? No way. Because mukti is something you need to gain. You have to be liberated, right? So, so don't expect that somebody will come and liberate you. Okay, they can help you, they can give you the wisdom, but it is your turn to put that into practice. So, so everybody has to make an effort to become liberated. First, know that there is a liberation, and second thing that have intention that you want to be liberated. You want to be happy. Liberation means nothing but coming out of all your sufferings. What are the sufferings? The sufferings that we spoke. The physical suffering, mental suffering, emotional suffering, and the lack of the intelligence. So you should be fully intelligent. If you have all these four, that means you came out of your suffering. Once you come out of suffering, what you have is mukti, the liberation. Once you have the liberation, you will be happy, joyful, and blissful. Your body at ease. You are always at your mind is at always peace. You know everything what happened in the past, and you will also know what is going to happen in your life. So this is called true liberation. Okay, and you have to do it, and you have to try for it. Without trying, without making a practice, without making effort, it doesn't come to you. Because I have friends, some friends, they know the spiritual concepts, but they don't want to practice it. They said, okay, I want it to be naturally happen. So natural happen. So if you tell that it should happen natural means you're giving that to something else. You're not taking on your hand. So if it is within somebody's hands, you don't know whether it will happen or not happen. Okay. So anything that coming into your life, if you want a good health, you should aim for it. Okay. You should make a effort for it. Same thing. If you want to be happy mentally, emotionally, you should target for that and do the things whatever are needed for it. And if you want to develop the intelligence, if you want to know who you are, why you were born, what is your life purpose, what are your past lives, it doesn't come automatically, right? You have to make a lot of practice, you have to do a lot of meditation, you have to completely empty your mind. Then your third eye will open, then all that will be revealed to you. This all will happen with an effort. That is a path we will go and talk about in the upcoming. But first, understanding liberation is very, very important. Once you understand, you will definitely go behind it. I don't have to tell you about practicing. So that is why I'm stressing a little bit more on what is liberation and what are the different components of the liberation that is involved. Okay. So any questions so far? How's it, madam?
It's really good.
Nice. Okay. So and Patri sir speaks about uh, the different levels of mukti, right? So first, let's say you came out of all this physical, mental, and emotional, and you got intelligence. That means you only got liberated. Okay. What if your family members are not liberated? What if your family and your neighbors are suffering? So what will be your state of mind? How will you see that? Can you really ignore? Let's
Yeah,
say your kids and your family,
we
if they're
can't.
suffering. So you cannot ignore, right? So you need to help them. So that means you are liberated, and also the people around you, your neighbors, are also liberated. Okay, it's called a great liberation. You and your neighbors are liberated, or you and your family relatives are liberated, who is around you. Okay, so what about the world? So now look at us. We see the news, what is happening in Russia, Ukraine, or Middle East. We still complain, right? We still talk why are they doing like this. So we still taking to our mind, are we still suffering even if it's happening so far away from you? That means you expect the entire world to be liberated. Like the way you are liberated, entire world, everybody on the planet want to be liberated. Okay. So when this happens, everybody on the planet, everybody in the world liberated, is called Mahapari Nirvana. Okay. Mahapari Mukti. So the ultimate mukti is this. Everybody on this planet is liberated. So now everybody goal is not individual liberation. Individual liberation is definitely there, but we are all aiming for the entire world to be liberated. So that is where we are making effort to teach the meditation, to take the spirituality to the everybody, so that you and your neighbors and the entire world is liberated. Right? If you, because we are all collective beings, we are physically separated, looks like that, but we energetically at deeper level we are all well connected. So when we are all connected means if one side of the world is suffering, the other side cannot be truly happy, because there is one level, there is connection. So we are one, it's one consciousness, right? We are physically separated, but at the consciousness level We're all connected. So you have a responsibility to teach the meditation. You have a responsibility to take the wisdom to them. You have the responsibility to make the others to liberate. So how Patriji came and brought the huge revelation, like millions of people are liberated, are in the path of liberation, right? Like that, everybody has to take the responsibility and do as much as you can. Okay. So these three are liberations, right? Now, so that means the entire world is coming out of the suffering, the great suffering, whatever they're going through, whatever the suffering that you went through, entire world is going. So once they're liberated, entire world will be happy and joyful. So you will be living in heaven. So you create a heaven on the earth. That is the goal of the everybody's, the physical beings and also the astral beings. They're all aiming for the heaven on the earth, and it is happening now. So you can see that, but step by step it is happening, right? And also, so another way of looking at the liberation is coming out of our gunas. We have three gunas, right? Sattva, Rajo, Tamo gunas. So these are the influences on you. Okay, let's say it's a person who is Tamo, the lazy person. You should be come out of the laziness. If you have a laziness, you cannot be truly liberated. Or if you have Rajoguna means like try to be ruler or trying to have all the power within, try to be, you want to be on the top of everything, right? These Rajoguna people, they cannot be relaxed. They always want to be running and doing something and having, they want to have everything. If you are in this mindset, you will be continuously running. You will be never at a peace. So I was talking to one of my friend yesterday. He is a very focused person. He does work very well. But he was telling that he cannot sit idle for 5 minutes. He cannot be alone at home for 5 minutes. He want to do something, whether watching movie or working something, doing everything or talking to people, but he cannot be alone or he cannot sit quiet for 5 minutes. So imagine how restless he is inside. So this is Rajoguna. So everybody has three gunas. We have to come out of all this. And finally, the Sattvam. Sattva guna is better than other two, but this is also a block for your ultimate liberation. Sattva guna means they will be like, okay, it's okay, kind of thing. Even others are doing mistakes, you really don't bother. Even others are harming anything, you don't really bother. And you also show a lot of pity for others, right? You don't need to show, right? Everybody created their own reality. So if you start using your intelligence, start seeing things behind what is happening in the physical events of people, then you will not show the prettiness. So if you get your intelligence that I talked, okay, so that comes from multiple lifetimes, then you will not really show the like pittiness to others. So okay, he created that reality, so let him go through. But you will help him to come out of the situation. You will give the knowledge, you will give the practice to them to come out of the others. For example, let's say somebody is suffering from some kind of disease. What you do? You go do the meditation. No more of spirituality. So you will naturally come out of your health. You will be super healthy. So this is how we do, but we don't say really so, oh, I'm sorry, you're going through that. Okay, I hope you'll feel better. We will not do all of that, right? Okay, dear friends. So this is about the liberation, the mukti. So I hope you understand what is mukti, right? So now what is the practice that we need to do come out of it? So we all know the first thing is doing meditation. First sadhana, right? There are different ways, but meditation is the best way that everybody can do because that's where I explored everything and came here and stopped at the meditation. Can do as much meditation as you can. Okay. Second thing is meditation itself is not enough. Reason is you need enough motivation because your mind, you are trying to come or you are trying to transcend your mind. So mind need enough conclusion to stay with one thing. Your mind should be trained to stay with one thing. So how do you train your mind? How do you convince your mind? More than the train, it's called convincing your mind that whatever you're doing, meditation is the right thing. Because a lot of people, when you say the meditation, they think it's a waste of time, right? We're sitting idle, closing eyes, and how things will happen. Because their mind didn't accept the meditation can help them. They never read about it, they didn't never researched about it. If they read enough books about meditation, and if they're open-minded, their mind will know, okay, there is some great powers in it. So that's how you have to keep motivating yourself and know more about yourself by reading the spiritual books. By knowing more about your soul, knowing more about non-physical dimensions. When you know all of this, you will definitely do more meditation to reach there. So how do you know all these things? If you do more meditation, what happens? You come out of your physical body, you travel with your astral body and know that there are so many other things are there, right? That is how you start developing the intelligence, knowing things that are not, that cannot be seen with your eyes, right? So that is what called true intelligence, traveling through astral body, seeing through your third eye, okay? Knowing things, how the creation works at the source level, how do this creation works. So knowing all this called true intelligence, right? First one is practicing more and more meditation, okay? Second thing is more reading, more spiritual books, because you have to gain this knowledge and wisdom, because one specific master, he spent entire life and he has written a book. Or it is your entire life experiences that he is giving to us in a small book. So if you read and accept, that wisdom will be yours. So it is a shortcut to enlightenment. Patricia says it's a reading books is a shortcut to enlightenment. So don't miss that opportunity to read as many books as possible. So I read numerous books. Patricia read. Everybody read books. One is it keeps you motivation. One keeps you informed what is out there. Okay. Third is it will solve all your doubts. What are the doubts that you have? Because whatever you are going through, they all went through that, and they find the solution for that. So you get all that solutions in those books. So this is a books are shortcut for the enlightenment. Okay. And the third and very, very important thing, Sajjana Sangatya, being with the group. So if the journey is too long, it's very difficult to go alone. If you travel as a group, even if the journey is harder, tough, or longer, you will be able to achieve it. So that is why Sajjan Sangat is important. The finding the right people for your path is very important. So one funny thing happened is in my life, before meditation, we have a lot of friends, college friends, all those friends, right? And I came into meditation like 2, 3 years. All my friend circle got changed. I made all new friends. Everybody is spiritual persons. They talk about spirituality. They never talk about negative. They always say positive things. They always say motivating things. They'll always talk about soul, energy, cosmic energy. See, this is how you have to make your group so that you can make a progress. So even if you do meditation and you stay with a regular person who talks negative things, who always blames, gossip, you keep losing whatever the energy that you gain, you keep losing by being with the wrong group. So the progress will be zero for you. You're making one step ahead and coming back one step. So the progress will be zero, and eventually you lose the motivation. So having the right group, right Sajjan Sangatya is the right thing. Yes, madam.
So you're right, but I'm experiencing that too. But the thing
Yeah,
is, you have to interact with the people, other regular people also.
yeah,
And sometimes we cannot, ignore their offerings. Or offerings is not the food or whatever, but like, let's go together or let's do together, some kind of these things. And
yeah,
it happens that we have to interact with them because we
yeah,
meeting some or other way. So,
yeah.
so how to balance this two thing, this thing, and in particularly in my case, you know, these things are off happens often. I mean, I read somewhere like the some of the souls that is how they plan. after coming,
Yeah.
I mean, because to get more experiences, so to evaluate, more and more
Yeah.
their souls. But the thing is, and it is difficult. Okay,
Yeah.
even we know that, but still it is difficult to manage, isn't it? Okay, my
Yeah.
soul is evaluating, so that's fine. I can think that way. So, but at
Yeah.
times I have to suffer. So, how to balance this?
So let's say the Sajjan Sanghatya, you do the group. First of all, you are on the path of liberation, right?
Right.
So taking care of yourself is more important at this stage.
Hmm.
Okay. So focus on yourself first. Okay. You are doing Sajjan Sanghatya. Why? You want to gain more out of the group, right? So that is why you are listening to others and you want to gain knowledge from them
Hmm.
and keep yourself motivated so that you can move ahead in your journey. That is your primary goal, right?
Hmm.
Now, other side, since it is you are living in a middle path, you cannot avoid everything,
Hmm.
but avoid whatever is not necessary. So, chit chatting with a neighbor, is it necessary for you,
Hmm.
right? But talking to them person on occasional basis for there is a need,
Hmm.
okay, then it is okay to go and talk to somebody, but usually, if you see outside, people gather every evening, do chit chatting. Definitely, it is not necessary. But being with the group is also a need sometimes. You need some urgently, you need something. You definitely need to go and talk to the neighbor, especially family. You cannot avoid family, right?
Hmm.
But unnecessary gossiping, unnecessary complaints, unnecessary fight, you should avoid it. Even if it comes, so just
We have to move away.
solve it and leave it. Yeah. Don't get involved and make it big.
Okay.
If
Hmm.
you keep yourself aware, you know where the
పడుకుంటుండడం
conversation is
వస్తాను
going.
Excuse me.
లిబరేషన్ రిలేటెడ్ గా
I think
వస్తాను.
they're talking within them.
Okay, can you mute them? Okay, good.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So this is how I avoid things. If it's really necessary, I will be there. If it is not necessary, I'll slowly move away.
Okay. Got you.
Even if I walk in the community, I know people will say hi, and as you live in the community, more people know, right?
Yeah.
You cannot even walk. People come and start talking. But I'll just say hi and move on, unless there is a true discussion.
Hmm.
Like that, like in my life, so all my college friends, I am there in the group, but I never go into conversations there, except like very few, right? So it is something you have to, certain things you have to, get rid of it because they are not, they're extra burden for you to carry.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So, so exactly keep the whatever necessary things. Patricia also said many times this one.
Hmm.
Once you come into the spiritual path, only people will remain in your life, your spouse, your kids, your parents.
Hmm.
Everybody else slowly fall apart
Hmm.
because they have distance connection. These people are the true connections that you have responsibility towards them. That is why they're still with you. Everybody else, you just do the needful things.
Right. Okay.
And I saw that clearly in my life. It just everything happened very naturally. I never forced anything. All my distance relatives, I only talk to once in a while, and that too, I will just say whatever needed. But only these, my immediate relations, my kids, my wife, my parents, siblings, they are only things that are in my life right now. I'm pretty happy, and it should happen for everybody. That doesn't mean that I removed all my friends. I don't talk to them. They are there very
Hmm.
occasionally. Before, what we used to do, whenever we are have some 2 minutes free time, we'll just call and chit chat for half an hour.
Right.
Okay, drain ourselves, and it's all unnecessary talk that usually happens.
Hmm.
So now it's see whatever we are truly on our path. You know what is you are born for, and you are on your path, your journey of your soul. So it is a blissful journey.
Yeah.
Earlier, they are under control of their mind. They are under control of the like obligations. They are
Hmm.
under control of the society. They are in control of belief systems. Now we are getting liberated. You truly do whatever is needed for you.
Hmm.
So don't feel shy or don't feel burdened. Don't feel obligated to be with the people that you don't want to be. That moment, if you feel like, just, leave that place. Why you want to,
Mm.
remove energies? So
Right.
suggestions ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So and make a conscious effort
Mm.
and make a conscious effort friends with your right group. So
Yeah.
that is why I went searching for the person who can teach me meditation.
Mm.
I Googled online, I called, I went to their home, and at the beginning, since it's a new group, we have to make an effort to part of that group, right?
Right.
Nobody will invite you open hands. Since it's a spiritual people, so they do allow, but still, in order to become gel with them, you have to make an effort. So
Yeah.
that's why in New Jersey, I was able to make a huge group. When I was coming from New Jersey, like 50 people, very close friends, came to send off.
Mm.
So that's how we develop the community. Even now, they're all, we're all spiritual, like soul family.
Right.
So it is an effort that you have to make, and there's an effort to remove some people out of your life.
Mm.
So that is called intelligence, like what is needed for you, what is right for you,
Right.
that come within you.
Yeah. And
I have a question,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, go
This
Yes,
is
ahead.
madam.
Saujanya.
Yeah,
Uh, like I do see that they form the spiritual group. Even in the spiritual group, I see that there are some people who are like just for the namesake they are there, and
yeah,
they say it is a
yeah,
spirituality, and
yeah,
still we find some of them are talking negative, or
yeah.
they don't understand, or judging, or those kind of. But
Yeah.
then what we should do at the time?
See, let's say you are the leader of the group,
Okay.
right? In your group, there are 50 people. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody is evolved here. Everybody in the journey of evolution, everybody in the path of understanding spirituality, everybody trying to master it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody at the same level. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
there are some people who newly came are not able to really remove their old patterns. They do okay bring up this because I have seen this because I used to go every weekend to different homes and do meditation there. Okay. So I have seen so many different people. Even after doing like 3 4 years of meditation, they still have a lot of negative aspects in them. So what we
Mm-hmm.
do, our job is what? Whatever you want, extract for them. Because I used to organize events in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what person can do work. Some person can really do help with certain things, but there are some other negative aspects. We don't really care about their negative aspects. Whatever they can help us, we extract from them. Whatever we can tell them, we'll tell them. In the group, not everybody go well with each other, but as a leader, you should be able to bring onto one thing. So as you, as an individual person, for your spiritual growth, whatever is needed, whoever is needed, be with them. The moment some negative thoughts comes, that discussion, whatever discussion they're doing, if you think that it's not going to help you, just come out of that place, come out of that group. So we absolutely do whatever is necessary. Unnecessary things we will not do. We will not listen to unnecessary things. We will not participate unnecessary things. So now you will be clearly know. Because there is no obligation, there is no force here. It is your journey, you are traveling. Whoever is helping with your journey, you be with them. Whoever is not helping, coming out of that.
No, it works with the same goes with even with the siblings, right? If we are
100%.
trying, yeah,
Yes.
if we are trying to talk to them, but they are
Yeah.
avoiding, or they're not,
Yes.
be in touch. Like not for gossips, at least for
Yeah.
just a normal conversation, occasionally
Yes.
speaking. If they are not ready to mingle, then we can just
Yes.
stay a little away
Yeah.
with them
Yes.
too.
There is only four relations, madam. Kids, spouse, parents. All other relations are optional. You
Okay.
have a responsibility for these relations. That is why it is not optional for you. Everything else is a optional relation that if it works for you, you can keep it. If it doesn't work, you can leave it. Especially for siblings, I'll
Yeah.
tell you why it is not optional. If you see in India, Most of the brothers, they fight before, right, for the property disputes and all. And once they fight, they depart. But whereas, like husband and the wife, they fight, but they cannot depart. They still stay together. Because their relation is stronger. Because their agreement before birth was stronger. They want to stay together. They want to grow together, even they fight. Whereas siblings, they don't have that relation. If they goes well, they stay. If that doesn't work out, they depart. So that's why the kids and spouse and parents, they will stay with you as you, even if you make a spiritual progress, everything else optional. Some will stay, some may not stay.
Okay, if it's all like, if provided if it is suffering for you, then you can just keep distance and just walk in your path. That's what you mean to say, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever comes into your life,
Whatever comes.
if it is not giving you happiness or the peace, or
Yeah.
it is making you suffer, just try to
Yeah.
be neutral and
Yeah.
have distance, and just go ahead with your
Yeah.
life, whatever it is.
Yeah. And
But
very important thing to be noted here is you
Mhm,
never have the judgment on them. Let's say one of the siblings is not well with you, we're not
mhm,
going well with you. Don't
mhm.
have the judgment on that person. Don't have the some
Negative
kind of
thoughts.
negative thought or
Okay.
grudges on them. This is very important to keep that relation very neutral. Let's say after 5 years, that same sibling comes back, you will
Mhm.
welcome with open hands, with a smile, with a true smile from the heart. You will never have a zero negative thought about them. This thing we everybody has to practice. But let's say you have argument with some sibling and you departed,
Mhm.
but removing that negative thing, grudges or no, whatever the predetermined you belief system you have, it's important to remove. Being non-judgmental with other relations is very, very important.
Okay, it works with everybody, right? Be,
Yeah.
be it with friends or anyone. First of
Yes.
all, we shouldn't have any judgments
Yes.
nor any
Exactly.
negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Whichever way they are, we just need to accept them the way they are, and we
Yes.
just need to move forward.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
okay, if
Even
we
we
like keep.
even we accept them the way they are, but still we might have some opinion on them. I mean, it go because we have an intellect brain. It always it always
Tells
detects
us.
this is this, this is this. So
Mhm.
then, what do you say?
So why do you judge about others, other person? It is not your job, right?
No, at least there some opinion might be there. You
Why do you need to have opinion about? Tell me.
never know, right? Okay. Some time back, oh, he did this and he said this to me.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So
okay, that he should not be like that. He shouldn't have said that.
yeah.
At least at that point, it will raise in the mind.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So before your meditation, you are a different person. Now you are a different person, right? That means you're transformed. So
Hmm.
why can't you give that choice to others also? Because the same person can get transformed in next 2 years or next 1 year. Everybody has a opportunity to get transformed. So if you judge that person based on the action today, tomorrow it could be a different person.
Right.
So if you judge and if you hold on to the same belief, what you're holding is not right, that person, because that type of person is already transformed.
Hmm.
So that's why be neutral. When he comes back again next time
Mhm.
to you,
Gotcha.
based on the situation, you can come to some conclusion.
Hmm.
But never have the judgment on the person itself. You can have the judgment on the action that person is doing at that moment,
Hmm.
but not actually on the person. Because you invited me based on my actions, right? If I
Right.
tell good class today, you will you will tell me, okay, he is a good class, but you will never have judgment on me.
Okay,
You
gotcha.
can always look at the
Only on the
action of the
action
person.
we have, yes, but not on the person. Yeah,
person.
got it.
So that's why you have to
Practice.
practice.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that moment he did bad, next day he will do bad. But as a person, we
Hmm.
have zero judgments on the person.
Okay, even in the social occasions, for example, we are distant from others, like be it siblings or relatives. Uh, we are distancing ourselves with them. And for example, there might be some kind of a some festive occasion, some party, then
Yeah,
like already we'll have some things in our mind, like, okay, I would like to do perform this function peacefully. I would like
yeah,
to invite those who are all positive, or like, who are like the others I would not like to invite. So
yeah.
will that be okay, or should we still try to invite them, or go back to them and
Why do you want to invite and create trouble for yourself?
that's what.
So I did housewarming. I
Mm-hmm.
invited nobody except one of my two friends. Because housewarming, I want to keep it positive energy in the home.
That's what.
So I only invited people that I know, okay, will have a positive impact on my house. Others I didn't invite. That doesn't mean that I don't have a relation with them, right? According to the occasion, according to the situation, I'll go with. But as a person, so that's why I'm telling you, never have a judgments on the person based on the occasion, based on the situation, based on the action. You do what will be the right thing there.
Because recently we have been to India and we did some there was some occasion.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like invited very close knit people of people.
Yeah,
uh, we have avoided some of them who are,
yeah,
we felt like, who are little negative, or
yeah,
who are
yeah,
so we just we thought like we wanted it to be very peaceful occasion and happy occasion. That's
yeah,
why we couldn't invite the others
yeah.
who we have avoided. But they will have a say saying that, why didn't you invite us?
Yeah,
So
that is not your job and that is not in your control. You cannot invite the entire village or town, right?
that's
That,
true, but they
yeah.
might be our relatives.
Yeah, even the relatives also, you do what is right for you. You cannot do
Oh,
because
okay.
of others expecting something.
Yes, that's what. Okay.
Okay. So you are doing for yourself and you are doing whatever is right thing, whatever you can. Since others are expecting, you cannot invite everybody and you don't
Yeah,
want to.
yeah, that's true. The elders in the house, they'll say, right? How
Yeah.
can you forget? How can you not invite them? So and so, blah blah blah, whatever they have to say. But
Yeah, I
still,
know.
yeah. So yeah, this is what we felt. But I was
Yeah.
just, trying to clarify, like, uh, with you, because suddenly this topic has come in, so that's why I was just
Yeah.
clarifying, because we would liked it the way what we have done.
Yeah.
It should be close, simple, happy, and spiritually, uh, because the occasion was also the initiation of the spiritual, my
Yeah.
son's
Yeah.
upanayana samskaram.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that
You
is a
want to good
spiritual
people.
in our process. So
Yeah.
obviously, we would only invite who are spiritually inclined and also who are positive.
Yeah. That is very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Thank you.
See, in everything in the spirituality, as you make progress, you will know what is the right thing. Only thing that you have to avoid is that already predetermined belief system that you, okay, we have to invite everybody. Okay, but what is that moment? What is your gut feeling? What is intelligence is saying? Okay, so that we have to do. That's how we make progress. For me, as example, now, so I have some close friends. I don't call them for months together if there is nothing to talk. Okay, I absolutely call when there is a true purpose. I don't call them because he's my friend and they feel obligated that I forgot them. So there is nothing like that. We don't forget. If there is a purpose, we'll call them. If he's the right person for the action, we call them or we talk to them, we invite them. Otherwise,
Yeah.
absolutely no. You are happy. Why you waste your time and other person time too?
Okay, but there will not be any misunderstanding of you have been like they'll say in Telugu, right? Panuntene call chestavu types. So
Or
you'll just
పని
call
లేకపోయినా
me
కూడా
when
ఫోన్
there is
చేసి
a
వాళ్ళు
need.
టైం వేస్ట్ చేయాలంటారా?
No, there might be some kind of information, like they might see these kind of stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, they'll call only when there is a need, or when there is a, something has to be done, then they will call. But the point here is, it is really necessary to talk, or else if you feel like talking to them maybe 2 or 3 months, like
Yeah.
once in a while, you really, your soul wants to talk, uh, so you might call. But the point here is, like, there shouldn't be, because nowadays people are so judgmental about everything.
Yeah.
Even if something, if you just take out this pin and kept it here, oh, there is something, that's why they'll get
Yeah.
into this loop of negativity. They'll not think of, oh, the other positive, because there are many possibilities for one situation. They should think in those lines, but
Yeah.
they'll be stuck in the loop of negativity, that okay, I should, like, this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely true. Even I feel the same. If really there is a necessity, then we
Yeah.
should, because we shouldn't disrespect the time by just
Yes.
talking to them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they say, out of, they are not spiritual yet. They say few things. You just ignore it, because you cannot make
Yeah.
everybody happy. You cannot do everything others are expecting you to do. You do what you want to do. But you always have a good relation when it comes to relationship.
Yeah.
Because if
Okay.
if you stop having the judgments about them,
Mm-hmm.
then everything will be solved.
Okay.
Yeah. But good discussion.
Uh,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Thank
Gautami
you.
madam. I'm very happy
Thank,
to meet all of you
yeah, thank
on
you.
this
I have one
podcast.
question. I mean, so yeah, you said, like, regarding the suffering I'm talking about. See, we have seven bodies, and each one has its own consciousness. And we are taking so many lives, we don't know when we started, right? So
Yeah.
every life, not necessarily we will be safe, and these souls different, you
Yeah.
know we have the seven souls. Okay, the one will fall apart in every life, at least six souls. So they keep, based on the situations, the thoughts, and whatever happened in those lives, they get wounded, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, so these are sufferings, like, the inner soul, that it carries these wounds, it carries these sufferings. So, when we started doing this meditation, and consciously, when we are understanding ourselves, so I mean, in my case, just, I keep understanding myself, and I'm getting relieved from one after the other, one after the other, when it
Yeah.
comes to suffering. I relieved from some kind, this physical suffering, like, when I was
Yeah.
having this hypothyroidism, it is now, it's very much good. So, and it's like that, the mental suffering, like, I used to be very sensitive previously.
Yeah.
Now, now the things are, when the things are getting more clarity, the things are,
Yeah.
I'm getting clarity of many things, compared to, in the previous thing. So when I was under confusion, like, people also, making more, like, I mean, they're not at all giving importance at all. Like, they just, whatever they think, they just speak, or whatever the way they try to manage you, they will manage.
Yeah.
So once we start getting clarity, then things also, and other people also will get set right. They will be
Yeah.
in their place. So
Mm.
otherwise, they will try to, yeah. So these things, I'm coming out of, really getting relieved from one after. But there is one more thing, that is emotional suffering.
Yeah.
That is much more, I'm feeling like,
Yeah.
this emotional suffering is still there. Like, this is something, so it is, when it comes to the liberation, like, at a time you don't, okay, when you overcome certain sufferings, it is not that, we immediately we get,
It's not over.
yeah, it's not over immediately, or it is not over, for a very long time. So
Yeah,
it is like a layer by layer, layer by layer.
exactly. Very true.
So yeah, it is. I mean, when you're talking about parimukti and then mahaparimukti, when we only try, one after the other, one after the other, and we don't know,
Yeah.
still there is a small piece might be left somewhere. Is
See,
it?
this is two things, madam. One is individually going layer by layer, one thing, right?
Mm,
As you transformed, your neighbors also will be naturally transforming.
could be. Yeah,
Because as I told you, it's all connection, right?
right.
So as you remove a layer, neighbors also get the same kind of positive sense. They'll also keep working on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As it happens
But
to you,
this
it will be
emotional
the
suffering is like, this is really much more. Like there are some people, they don't think. They don't think to give suffering to other people. Like, they are first. Their feelings are
yeah.
first. And their decisions are first. So whatever other person uh, feel or whatever the other person undergo, they don't care. So this kind of attitude is so much in the physical world at this present in the present days.
True,
So
true.
this
So
is,
what you have to do, you have to be fully aware every moment.
mm,
And somebody says something, you don't have to take that person. Don't
yeah,
take that
this
as
is this,
personally.
this needs the practice.
Because that person is yet to get matured.
Mm,
So that is his problem, not your problem. Since he said something, you don't have to, because let's say a drunkard says something, will you take that personally?
mm. Yeah, if
Right?
it is
You
a
will not take.
drunkard, but it's not everybody. Yeah,
So same thing, other person is not really, aware. He is not fully evolved. He's still a baby in terms of soul evolution. So
right.
if you understand that aspect and look at that person, you will not take that personally. Because I've seen this last few months or years.
Mm,
So I don't meet really the negative people.
mm-hmm,
So I met somebody, I'll be surprised why I'm meeting this person again and again.
mm,
After a few weeks, or I'll get to know he's a very spiritual person, a very nice person. So based on your vibrations, only that kind of people will come to you. If you are in a confusion, those confused people will come to you.
yeah.
Like madam said, right? Like people are expecting. So madam is in confusion whom to invite, whom to not invite. If
Mm,
she's very clear, I'm going to invite only 10 people,
mm.
nobody will talk about the thing. Same thing, if you're fully like aware and have no negative or like thoughts or confusion inside you, the people, those kind of people will
Automatically,
not
they
come to you.
also change. Okay. Yeah.
They also change and the other people don't come to you because it's
Okay.
always, whatever the energy that you have, only that kind of people will be attracted to you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, the connection will not happen. Even if it comes, it just, comes and goes away.
Mm,
Connection will not stay
mm,
unless energy matches. So increase your vibrations, create your positivity, keep
mm,
sending your love and light to everybody.
mm,
Right. That way you will be in the state of love all the time.
mm.
So only that positive people will come to you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Don't think really about a negative or judgment about whether it's good person, bad person. That's not your job. As I
Right.
told you, right? A
Yeah.
bad person today can become a good person tomorrow. So your judgment will be absolutely wrong.
Mm.
So be open blank about others.
Right.
Based on the actions, you want to go to that person, not to go, is that only that moment.
Mm.
Okay, I'll give you one example and then we'll close the session.
Sure.
How the people can do. One
And
day,
Ratna madam she wants to ask a question to you.
yes, madam, go ahead, your question.
Ratna ma'am, go ahead.
It's very good to see you, Sudhakar garu.
Oh, namaste, madam. You are in this group.
Yes.
Yes.
Spiritual tablets ద్వారా
Yeah, nice, very nice.
yeah, thank you very much for asking me. My question is very, so since the topic came, since I thought maybe it's relevant to ask, when we wanted to develop positivity, of course, through meditation and by reading books and all those tools are there for us to. Um, and you're talking about the family, friends, if they're not meditators, they're still in the old path, we're not supposed to force them to come into the, this path and do it. I mean, we suggest them, but if
Not
they're not,
force, but you can tell
we
them.
suggest them. Yeah, we tell
Yeah.
them, we suggest them if they don't take our advice, and we're not supposed to, keep on pretty much ask them, like, unless until they're ready and express their interest to, come
Yeah.
into this. So in such situations, if we want to increase the vibes overall in the family, or in the, the any group sessions, how does the, like, we have all these musics online. YouTube says, oh, this increases the positive vibes, this increases, removes the negative vibes, this increases the, we get the transcendental, the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these, the, titles associated, thumbnails associated with it. How much it helps? Is it really
See,
helpful, or is it like only like even to a certain percentage?
see, these all will help definitely at the beginning level. They will help as you go deeper, as you go at emotional level. It is that from within you have to bring up your soul energies and transform your emotional imbalance, transform your mind. But these are all at the surface level. They help at the beginning. But as you travel deeper, you have to bring your soul awareness, the energy from the soul, and transfer. Somebody come and scolds you, how much the music will help you to be in the positive state? Tell me.
No, no, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about to increase the vibes of the, the family or friends. So if we use this as a tool, in
Yeah,
the grouping sessions or what so, or maybe
yeah,
even in the house, like in every day, if I
yeah,
play some music of, based on the thumbnail,
yeah,
so will I understand it only, you know, to a very certain percentage.
yeah.
But does it still help? Like maybe to
If the person is like a
to
open-minded
have
person,
that kind of thoughts, maybe like they would get the those type of thoughts. I don't know like how it would work, but just wondering like what is the role that it can play.
see, one thing you can always raise a positive intent. If that person, okay, if its sole purpose is to come into the spirituality, I am
Mhm.
giving my positive thought. Okay, let's say that person has something else. Okay, and everybody has a free will to do what they wanted. You cannot
Yes.
really interfere the other person's free will, but you can always raise a positive intent that he become more positive, or good things can happen to him. Send your love and light. So if it is a path, you will take it.
Okay. So
Okay,
if
so
they
otherwise,
don't want to come to the spiritual path, they may not. Is that what?
yeah,
Otherwise,
sometimes they will not take, right? It depends on that person. Even if it's planned, the journey could deviate.
Mm,
Okay, so that way we cannot really interfere in
of
their
course.
journey, but you can
Mm,
always tell, give the suggestions. You can release the, your positive thoughts. You create positive vibration in the home.
mm.
So all that may help. If it comes, it's a good. Otherwise, even if it doesn't come, you should not feel bad about that.
Of course, yeah, I
You
understand that.
did your best. Since you
Yes.
did your best, just be happy.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, Ratnagar. Good to see you.
Thanks,
Okay.
Andy.
So I will tell you my experience how to be in the positive.
Kavita madam wrote to you, Master, wonderful and eye-opening speech today. I can easily relate it to my current situation and understood where I am wasting my energy.
Okay,
Thank
very
you.
nice, madam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kavita, madam.
Thank you, Sudhakar Garu. From you, I started my meditation
Oh,
for the unified course. And thank you so much. The explanation, right? I was
mm,
listening, it's getting into my head like, oh my God, like nailed in my head.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
I,
you.
I sent a personalized message also to you. Yeah, help
Yeah.
me out if you could
Yes. Yes.
on that. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. So much wonderful. Yeah. Sure, madam. So personalized in the sense WhatsApp or in the group?
It's in the group.
Oh, no, I
Okay.
sent you in your WhatsApp. I have your
Okay.
number, Sudhakar Garu.
Okay. 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 Sure. Sure. I'll definitely I'll call you. Okay. So why we should not have the judgment of the person? Why the person can change in the next moment, right? So I'll give a small, very small incident that happened in my life, but that the incident, stuck with me to not to be judged about others. I was in the gas station filling the air to my car tire. Okay, I was at the air pump station there. Okay, so I was supposed to go there, and some person came very fast and parked his car. He didn't even wait for me. So he went ahead and took that and tried to get the air filling pump, and he doesn't have the coins.
Okay.
So and he has to come to me to get coins. He doesn't have any choice. But I was always supposed to in the front line. I was just watching what's happening in the drama. He came and asked, "Do you have some coins?" So I gave like, $1, 2 coins for him. So he went and used and he filled it. Okay. So I could have said like, okay, I am in the front, I am supposed to go. Okay, I didn't do that. Again, he came back and asked me, "Do you have some coins?" I gave. Okay, two things. So he filled and he's done. While going, he said, "You look like a nice person," and he gave $5 to me. So now look at that. So the same person who came and didn't really bother to wait for me. Next 1 minute, after 1 minute, he realized, the good positivity there, and even he was ready to give, more money than what he supposed to spend. Right? This way, if you don't judge anybody, and if you do whatever you need to do, that vibration will definitely impact other person, because everybody at deeper level is a soul. Everybody has, at the top, like surface mind level, they're all struggling and behaving like this. But at a deeper level, everybody is soul. Everybody connected to the God. Everybody has intelligence. Everybody has the base is the true love. For everybody, the base is love. So only on the top of the love, they are playing different games. But underlying truth is the true love. So if we can create that atmosphere for the people, they will definitely experience that unconditional love and they will transform. See,
Yeah,
this small instance,
right. With that kind of intention only, I will keep moving.
yes,
But still, like, as you said, they struggle at the surface level, and it is they are so much into it.
yeah,
So even I move with the same intention, like, but the inner core is connected to God, the spiritual soul. It is the same. So, but only at the surface level. But still, they will show that, like, and
yeah. Some people have stronger shell, so it's hard to break it. It will take some time, but
yeah.
you don't be bothered by it. Okay, so you did your best, you did your job, so don't be bothered. For you, your growth is important, and you're doing as much as you can.
Mm,
So that's it.
yeah.
Okay. So great discussion, very nice meeting.
Yeah,
So we
thank you,
spent some
thank you.
good
And
time
it
with
is
that.
very,
Yeah.
this is very important because, everybody suffer with these things.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, yeah, in my case, I'm so alert and now after coming into the spiritual path, and I'm seeing, how I'm relieving myself layer by layer, but still, like, the bits and the pieces are there.
Okay.
Now, since I'm aware of these things now, I'm not really liking it, to suffer like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
previously, unconsciously, I was suffering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is very important. Coming out of the group, if you don't like it, or if you don't want to be, not talking to the people, if you don't want to be, these
Mm,
are all good things. Don't feel obligated. Okay, they will think bad. Okay. Nothing, nobody's going to think bad. When we do good things, again, they forget whatever they thought. So it will be all good. So do whatever comes from your heart. Your heart, keep your heart always pure with love, and do out of the love. Everything will be good.
yeah.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. All the
So
best.
much.
If
And
anybody want to talk more,
thank you very
please
much.
call me.
So if
Thank you.
Thank you.
nobody is having questions, then
I
yeah.
would like to clarify something.
Sure, madam.
I'm not, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not meeting any confusing people. I just asked a question.
yeah. Don't take it personal, madam.
No, 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 it's not
Uh,
personal. I was
yeah,
just, whatever I heard,
yeah.
they're saying it is a spiritual group, but
Yeah, I know.
it has come to my mind, like,
Yeah,
this is what I heard from some
yeah,
other people. So
yeah,
they showcase something and there will be something. So
yeah.
how it works, that is what I like to know. So that's why I asked that question.
Good thing you asked. And let's say you do another event, right? You'll have more clarity, like you exactly do what you wanted to do, and really don't bother like what others speak about or talk about, what feel about.
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
So these kind of things, we are all learning, right? The first
Mm-hmm.
event will be learning lessons, and the second event will execute. Third event, you do perfectly the way you wanted, but still,
Yes.
out of pure love. So nobody is
What
master.
is the
We're all.
second one, sir? Sorry to
So,
interrupt you.
so second one, which second one, madam?
Sapna
Just
garu.
now you said first of this thing.
So as you do
Andy.
things again and again, you get more purified.
I
Okay.
mean,
So
second event, first event, second event, that she did not understand that part. What is the event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
ఇందాక స్టెప్స్ చెప్పారు కదండి.
What is event one? What is event two? What is event three?
no, madam Saujanya, madam, see, she did one spiritual gathering at home. Since it's her first time she's doing,
Mhm.
she learned some lessons, right? Let's say she organized another some gathering at home. So while she doing second time, she will utilize that knowledge or experience that she gained from the first event. She will do it better.
Okay.
So like that, I'm just giving an example. Like, as we do more and more these life experiences, you'll be learning what is the right way of doing, what are the right people.
Right, right. So
Okay,
basically,
you're talking about the,
yeah.
sorry. So
yeah.
you were talking about the spiritual initiation process for my son, which I spoke.
Yeah,
Right, sir?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So
I've done what is right for us. That's true.
Yeah. But good point. Thanks for bringing that up, madam.
Thank
Because
you.
everybody, we are all suffering. We know the spiritual concepts, the spiritual knowledge, but when it's come to the physical real life, we are struggling. We are not able to really master it. So, these things will really open up you how to navigate in this world. This is very
Yes.
important.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
Okay,
Guys,
madam, can you
any
close it?
questions? Any more questions? Somebody put some. Anuradha.
Okay, madam.
Yeah. Yeah, she's.
Okay. Thank you all, friends.
Thank you all.
more
Thank you.
meditation.
And next we do meditation. Sir, will you be able to stay?
I am not sure, but if you guide, but if I'm there, I'll at least put on
Sure.
mute and then be there. Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, they are writing messages in the group. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It is a great discussion. All right. Let's start. Let's do the meditation for another half an hour. Be in the thoughtless state, masters. Be with your breath. Keep your spine erect, masters. Close your eyes. Last 1 minute. Okay, masters. Slowly and gently try to come back to the normal state of mind. Take your palms and keep it on your eyes. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And slowly open your eyes and look at your palms, masters. Okay, so last time we were talking about Sankhya Yogam. So let's finish that. Part 1 is finished and a few stanzas were there. Okay. All right. Okay, masters. So, where we stopped? We stopped at the 24th shloka. So, this was like Krishna was saying to Arjuna that, so, hey, Arjuna, even I also have actions to perform. All this world would perish by me. So I have a biggest responsibility on my head because I am the one maintaining the entire universe and the entire all the worlds in the universe. So I am the one maintaining it. So it is the biggest action I am doing it. I am also doing a karma. Though I am a god, and though I do not have to literally work with the karma like you guys. So since but I cannot ignore my actions. I cannot ignore the actions that I have to do. If that happens, what happens? The peace of the human race will be destroyed. So the entire human race or the entire universe is peacefully, it is going on forward because I am doing my action properly. I am maintaining it that way. If that is lacking, the peace will be destroyed. So the peace of the human race, the peace of every life under the universe will be destroyed. So that is why doing karma is important and it is inevitable. So one cannot ignore or one cannot escape from that. So that is what he was saying. So next.
इमाः प्रजाः सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्तश्चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्.
Okay, so what he was saying here. So in the next one. So as ignorant people perform their duties with attachment to the results. So you should be wise, act without attachment for the sake of leading people on the right path. Say, what he's saying is ignorant people. That means people who are ignorant of, like, how to do the karma, how to handle the karma, or how to persuade the karma. Not many people know it. People keep doing something or other. Everybody. But they don't know how to do properly. They don't know how to persuade the karma. How they do, most of the people, they attach to it. The karma See, the characteristic of karma is, it is called karma lila. The characteristic of a karma is that will make you that will make you to bind to it. But you should not bind to the karma. There should not be any attachment to it. So if you attach to the karma, then you are not you are an ignorant person. Ignorant person in the sense ajnanam. So you should perform your duties, or you should perform the karmas or actions that you are doing either in the family or in the society or anywhere. Do it without attachment. So that is called wiseness. That is how wise people act, without attachment. So such kind of wise people only can lead the people to a right path. So gurus, or even the leaders also, like in the physical world, there are leaders. So they lead people, their people lives into the path, whatever the path that is required to them in the physical world. And similarly, in the spiritual world also, gurus, they do not attach. Without attaching to the karma that they are doing, they will lead the people to the right path. So that is how you have to persuade your karma, he was saying. Next.
न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेदज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन्.
Okay. So the wise should not create discord in the intellects of ignorant people who are attached to fruitive actions by inducing them to stop work. Rather, by performing their duties in an enlightened manner, they should inspire the ignorant also to do their prescribed duties. See, the thing is, whatever the duties we do, even in the physical world, that is also spiritual only, because you carry your spirit all the time, right? You are putting your spirits into whatever the action you're doing it. So basically, see, people, they think that the physical actions, like the physical world actions are it is the physical world actions, and it is spiritual world actions, they separate them, because they are still in the duality, with the duality. They are still with the duality. So once you practice the oneness, that means once they are overcome their emotions, just now we heard Master Sudhakar, he said that you have to overcome your sufferings, your emotions, your mental, your mind, your body, mind, and soul, So your mind activities, once you overcome, automatically you will get liberated. So once you are liberated, you will be wise enough. Okay. So that itself is it taken time. But so once you are relieved from your sufferings, layer after layer after layer, what happens is you will relieve from all the attachments. Even you want to attach to certain things or to the people, or to attach your own Arishad Varga, that will not happen, because you are relieving. You are relieving yourself. You are relieving from the physical suffering. You are relieving from your mental suffering. You are relieving from emotional suffering. So, it is not that easy, but you need to practice. But it happens. So such kind of enlightenment is required for the wise people. So it is all comes under the enlightenment. So how that happens, once you want to become liberated, you want mukti. How do you get the mukti? If you stop crying, or if you don't talk to people, or if you, no, that is what even Master Sudhakar also saying, that you interact with the people. You cannot don't judge the person only up to that action, because At that time, at that moment, the person acted that way or behaved that way. So just based on that action, you do not judge that person. The person, in a next moment, the person may be different, will be different. He will not do the same action again, or he may do some different actions. So then how can you stick to an opinion to that person? You cannot. So that is what we need to practice. We should be non-judgmental. We have to be up to that action. That's all. If you keep on judging that person based on one action, what happens is we will get wrong. That person will be fine, but we will, our energies will get drained. We will be under pressure and we will be under emotional stress. You will not get liberated. That person is okay. He keeps doing whatever the actions he keep doing it. So then we will not become a wise person. We will not become enlightened. So if that person did something bad, only up to that action, you stay there. But don't curse that person based on this action, because everybody is struggling at the surface level only, but not at the spiritual level. Spiritual body never and ever indulge on anything that a person is doing in the physical world. In the physical world, he may be very bad. He's doing all wrong things. But at the inner level, his soul is connected to the God. It doesn't indulge in the physical actions that the person is doing it. So that is why what he was saying is, you want to get liberated, right? If you want to get liberated, you just stay only up to that surface level. Based on that surface actions, do not judge that person. If you judge, that means you are cursing his soul. Don't go deeper to curse his soul, because the soul is nothing to do with what he was doing in the physical world. So if we do that, we will get entangled with that karma. But we want liberation, so that we should not get into that entanglement. That is what he was saying it. So the same thing here too. If you want to perform your duties in an enlightened manner, that means we should inspire the ignorant people also to do their prescribed duties. So keeping all these things in the mind, if you see somebody doing wrong things or somebody is not doing right things, then what we need to do is we have to inspire them. We have to inspire those people in an enlightened manner. To do that, you should not, to help those people, you should not get entangled into their physical actions, their karmas that they're doing at the physical level. Because we always have to think towards anybody at the spiritual level. I keep moving in the same way. That is what I told him too. So I always keep moving forward in my life with everybody with that thought only. But still, those people, they're so ignorant, they will hit upon me with their physical actions, which are not right. So then what happened is I am automatically getting dragged into that emotional suffering. So this is what I have to work on it, to relieve myself from the emotional suffering also. So this is what I am at this stage. So once if you don't attach to any karma, either your karma or somebody's karma, and you will be in the enlightened manner, then only you can help those people to inspire them to come out of their karmas and get into the enlightened path. So that is what Krishna was saying to Arjuna. So That is how you should be, you should act. So that is what Krishna was saying to Arjuna.
प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कारविमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते.
Okay, so as all of you know that, and we keep talking about these things by many books. See, all the activities are carried out by three modes of material nature. We know that. So, no? So, but the ignorance, the soul, it's deluded by false identification with the body, thinks itself it is the. So, this is what it is. See, our three modes of a material nature. So, that is three gunas, right? So, person, how, see, as long as the person is identified himself or herself with the body, the ignorance will continue. Okay, the material nature is these three gunas. So the person never be able to overcome these three gunas. So if you do not overcome these three gunas, you do not understand these three gunas and overcome the three gunas, then what happens is you never and ever enter inside. You never connect to your soul. You always identify yourself with the body only. You're thinking that only this body is the thing. You are just a body. Though the people are carrying this, carrying the spirit or carrying the soul with them, they think, many people, I'm seeing many people, they think that, this body is the ultimate. So after they die, we don't, who knows after dying what happens. So we born and we die. So this is ultimate. So whatever the desires we have to, definitely we have to go through every desire that arise in the mind. So that kind of mindset people are having it. So if the desire is a thought, and you don't know whether the thought is a right thought or not, and you don't know whether that a desire is a right desire or not, if that is fulfilling your physical, the elementary things, you think that you did your karma right, which is not true. Just based on your desires, you are doing karmas. But you are not caring about what your soul is wanted to do. See, the soul has come to this earth through this body, with this body. Because the plan is a soul's plan, not this body's plan. Not that's your brain plan. The thoughts keep changing for people, right? In this hour, people think one way. In the next hour, they will think something different. So how can you lead your life 100 years just based on your thoughts and without caring your soul? And you know that very well that you have a soul. And so once that soul has gone out of this body, the body became actionless. That also you know very well. But still you give importance only to the body. So that is called ignorances, because they're identifying themselves with the body. Though they know the soul is there with them, but still they're stuck there. It is a stuck. They're stuck there. They're stuck at the body level. They're just identifying with that body. They're not identifying. So to identify themselves, there is a block for them. They're stuck at the body level, at the surface level. They're unable to, though they know that there is a soul with them, but still they're not able to overcome this body level and get it. It is a block. So it is an ignorance. It's a block. So that is why they are at the material nature, and they are struggling at the physical level or at the surface level. So some people, they are able to gone inside, like people like us. So they think that we are not right. So that is what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. All the activities are carried out by the three modes of material nature. But in the ignorance, So the body, mind, and soul. So, but in the ignorance, people do not care about the soul. They will be identified themselves with the body, which is not right.
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्मविभागयोः गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत्.
Okay. So the previous one and before that I told together. So this one, so those, yeah. So I already talked about the gunas. So the gunas, the operation of gunas become attached to the results of their actions. See how these operations of gunas happen. So you will see the result of those gunas. When you are in the rajoguna, tamoguna, or sattva you do with some actions. When you are with the rajoguna, you will do the actions that is related to rajoguna. When you are in the sattva guna, you will do the actions related to sattva guna. Okay. So sattva guna in the sense what? Sometimes it will not be in the right range of ego in the sattva guna, or it will be very at the low level of ego. Like whatever happens in front of you, oh, why should I bother about it? Myself, I am fine, so let them do what. So that is, you do not, you do not involve, or you do not even bother about it. This is sattva which is not correct. You have an expression, you have vishuddhi chakra, you have expression, you need to express. So you do not need to attach with what is happening there, but you always have to express, and you always have to enlighten other person, especially when you are in the spiritual path. Otherwise, what happens is you will be entangled with that, and you will be far away. You'll become far away to the liberation. So, what is similarly the tamoguna? The tamoguna also, see, whatever the actions you do related to tamoguna, so the results of those actions, what happens is these gunas, they will make you to attach to them. That is the problem. Karma also the thing. These are all lila, like even you want to become liberated out of these gunas, but they always try, they do their job. They will make you to try to make you to bind it. So, but the wise who understand these truths, these are all truths and facts and truths. So, but wise people, they will understand this perfectly, and they will not settle with with these gunas. So so that is what they are saying. So, but the wise who understand these truths should not unsettle such ignorant people who know very little. So, what he is saying is, you should not settle with the gunas and results of and binding to them. So then only you will be able to help other people not to settle with these truths. So here what is he saying is Krishna, how to persuade your own karmas and be enlightened, and how to help other people not to settle with this kind of with the ignorance. So it is both. It is not just this is what even mukti means. That is what, when you got liberated, it is just you, if you overcome your emotions or mental activities and all, that's not enough. You need to help other people also, the same way how you got benefited, how you help yourself. So then only it works. Here one should not be selfish here. Suppose, okay, you got liberated and you did all the job by yourself. But if you don't share that to other person, the other person will not be liberated. Then what happens is that fellow will be, continue his suffering. So that suffering, you also have, you also will become part of it. So that is why once you get liberated, you also have to help other people to get liberated around. So after that, the entire world should get liberated. So it is not just like, one job. It is like, many jobs. So that is what he is saying that. So operation of gunas, and also how to enlighten yourself and also give this enlightenment to others. It's all together. It's a package.
मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः.
Okay. So performing all works as an offering unto me, constantly meditate on me as a supreme. Become free from desire. See? Become free from desire and selfishness, and with your mental grief departed fight. So Krishna is saying, so how do you get liberated yourself first? By free from the desire. So free from the desire in the sense, see, the desire also different things. It is not just, leave everything, just, look at into the shunyam. No. So desires also like, necessities, luxuries. There are different things. See, you are hungry, you want to eat, right? It is a desire. But this desire is okay. This is for your survival. But luxury is different. More than like, what is required. So such kind of desires you need to leave, because that takes you into a different path. What happens? Just if you are so luxurious, automatically you will be after, many things. You will be after the money. So to earn that money, because luxury, it is a desire, that desire is, it doesn't stop at one place. It doesn't stop at one level. It keeps increasing more and more, more and more, more and more. Then what happens is people will become greedy for money. Once they become greedy, then they will be after the money. So they do whatever, they will not think about this is right, this is not right. They do it, whatever, by hook or crook. We have to we have to have that money. So that money, what they do? They will put it for the luxury. Again, they will become greedy for something else. Again, they will be after that money. They do any kind of thing, any bad thing they do it. They don't care about it at that level. Whether it is a right thing or not, whether it's a bad activities, are we doing in a bad activities, are we indulged in any bad activity, they don't care about it, because they are gone out of the level now. They reach to a certain level, such a way that they cannot think anymore. Whether it's a bad activity, they don't care. And they get the money and they put it for the luxury. That's it. They're not doing anything for themselves also, the luxury. They want to show off. They want to have that luxury. So such a kind of desires are very bad. So Krishna is saying, you just become free from such kind of desires and selfishness. And because such kind of desires and selfishness gives you the mental grief. Finally, what happens? Finally, they will undergo mental grief. So that mental grief, you have to be departed from that mental grief, because it will become a fight for you after some time in the life. So whatever, you are keep going more and more and more greedy, the greediness will keep increasing like this. At some point, it fall down like that. Then people will get into mental grief and fighting with the own self. They do not need to fight with others. With others also the fightings will come, and they will fight with the own self. So this kind of grief, one have to come out of this kind of grief. So when the person is in such kind of situation, how will he get out of it? Then he's saying, offering to me, what is it? Constantly meditate. See this, Bhagavad Gita talked about the meditation. Constantly meditate on me. On me in the sense, here it's a soul. Constantly meditate on me. Connect inner side. Me, Paramatma. Paramatma is inside of you only. You do not need to put Krishna's vigrahas and that is different. It is in the religioustic way of identifying him. Identifying him. So when you are in the spiritual path, you do not need to. You should be able to identify Krishna at soul level. Okay, the Paramatma is inside of you. Okay, then constantly meditate on me. That means constantly you interconnect. You connect to your soul as a supreme. I'm there. So that is the solution he gave. Once the person or human beings, once they become greedy and they are gone to a level that they cannot come back, then automatically they will fall down with the mental grief and fight. So that is the time you have to take a spiritual shift. Then constantly meditate on me. I am there. You connect the inner side. I will be there. That is what Krishna was saying.
ये मे मतमिदं नित्यमनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः.
So those who abide by these teachings of Krishna with a profound faith and free from cavil and released from bondage of karma. So that is, this shloka is saying, abide by these teachings of the Krishna, mine, means Krishna. Krishna is because he's talking to him. So whatever the teachings I am giving to you, so if you abide by those teachings and with the faith is important, faith, then you will be free of all this kind of evil and you will be released from the bondage of karma, because the karma always try to bind you, right? So when you understand these things and you constantly meditate on Paramatma inside of you, automatically you will be relieved out of the bondage of the karma. That is the solution.
ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तो नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तान् विद्धि नष्टान् चेतसः.
Okay, so those who find faults with Krishna's teachings, being bereft of knowledge and devoid of discrimination, they disregard these principles and bring about their own ruin. So there are people who find faults with Krishna's teachings too, right? Because they are ignorant people, because they are under in duality, vivakshata, discrimination. Okay, people are discriminated minds because they are not, it is not only their discrimination between two human beings, they are discriminated minds, they are discriminated themselves between their body and soul. Okay, so they are not thinking that, they are thinking just only they means body, they discriminated the soul. So automatically they will find faults with Krishna's teachings. The person who is discriminated the soul and the person who is thinking he means body, they do not, they obviously they will find faults with the Krishna's teachings, because Krishna's teachings are related to the soul. So such kind of a person, what happens? Such kind of the people who find faults with the Krishna's teaching, they invite their own ruin. They will ruin their own life. That is what he's saying.
सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
So even wise people act according to their natures. For all living beings are propelled by their natural tendencies. So what will one gain by repression? So that is what he is saying. See, everybody will act, they act according to the nature only. But see, wise people also, they have their own nature, human nature, human nature. So repression, by repressing yourself or by repressing other person, what will you gain? You do not gain anything.
इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत् तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ.
So the senses, that is the six senses, Arishad Varga, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamaschar. These are all naturally experience attachment only. So these are all the Arishad Vargas. You should know how to use them. If you don't know how to use them in a positive way, you have, or in a spiritual way, what happens is their nature is to attach, the attachment. The senses always what they do is naturally they experience attachment and aversion to this thing. So you should not be controlled by them. So automatically what happens is the nature of these six senses, so they will naturally they experience the attachment, and whatever Krishna teachings are there, it will develop aversion towards Krishna's teachings. That means Krishna's teachings is completely at the soul level. So when the person is at the body level and undergoing all these six senses and thinking that the six senses are the only ultimate thing to live the life, he is just blocked there itself. He obviously he will develop aversion towards Krishna's teachings. He won't believe it, and he will find faults with Krishna teachings. So that is why one should not be controlled by them. Okay, if you are only at the body level, automatically you will be controlled by this Arishad Vargas, and for they are way layers and force. So okay, so those are the real enemies. What is that? Arishad Vargas.
श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावहः.
Okay, so in fact, it is preferable to die in the discharge of one's duty than to follow the path of another. So, which is fraught and pride. So, what they are saying is, see, you should not act others, others, whatever they say, whatever they do, you should not. So, you should do your duties according to what is required for you. What is required for you, not only at the body level, at the soul level. But you should not act according your standards. You should not act according to somebody's standards, even in the physical world also. That is also, you will learn from everything. Even at the physical world, you do some actions. From there, you should be able to learn something. And similarly for the spiritual level also, right? So you should not set standards of you according to somebody else. You should know who you are. That is the true intelligence. As Master Sudhakar said, the true intelligence is that. So not the thing that you're doing outside. That is a survival. Whatever you're doing in the physical world, that is survival. So that is what, we are studying and we are going to college and university and getting job, marriage and all that stuff. It is for our survival and social arrangements. But as long as you never come inside and you don't know who you are and you don't know what to do and why you are here and what is the sole purpose, that is not called true intelligence. How intelligent you are outside and procuring the things for your life outside, that is not called true intelligence. The true intelligence is to know who you are.
अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन
Why is Amazon paying me $63,000 a month? Well, I didn't make this kind of money selling yoga mats and toasters, and I damn sure wasn't $1,000 a month. Well, I didn't make this kind of money selling
कृष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः.
Okay, so Arjuna was asking a question here. Why a person impelled to commit sinful acts, even unwillingly? Okay, so he is asking. So you are saying all these things, karma and how to pursue the karma, and the person is like this, person will be like that, ignorance, wiseness, enlightenment, non-enlightenment. So everything you are talking about. First of all, why a person is impelled to commit sinful acts, even unwillingly, willingly or unwillingly, why the person is doing these sinful acts, why he has to do it, why he is behaving at surface level like this. Then let us see what he says.
अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः. श्रीभगवानुवाच काम.
Okay, so now Krishna is answering for that question.
एष क्रोध एष रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येनमिह वैरिणम्.
Okay, so it is lust. Lust in this is kamam. Kamam in this sense, not, we should not think only that. So anything like, if you are so greedy, that is also called a kamam. Kamam means desire. You want more and more, more and more, more and more. So it is a lust alone, which is a born of a contact with the mode of a passion. So the passion like vyamoham, it is called vyamoham. Kamam, vyamoham. So the later, what happens is, this kamam and vyamoham, it slowly turns into anger. So once it turns into anger, that means krodha. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Masterya. They look six separate senses, but it is one is connected to another one. So if one is there, it automatically the second one also will be there. When the two things will be there, automatically third one also will be there. So that is what he was trying to tell. So once a person is lustful, then and vyamoham, then automatically that will be transferred into anger. Then once it is krodham, once it is kama, krodha, if both are together, automatically the person will conduct sinful acts. Then he will become an enemy to the world. That is what the answer he gave.
धूमेनाव्रियते वह्निर्यथा दर्शो मलेन च यथोल्बेनावृतो गर्भस्तथा तेनेदमावृतम्. So during the person is become so lustful and vyamoham and krodha, this is all happens at the surface level. But then what happens? Then, but we are saying that, but his spiritual body is there and it is connected to God. Then, so that knowledge, it is covered, like a fire covered by smoke. See, the smoke will cover the fire. Below the smoke, the fire will be there. but the smoke will cover the fire. So like that, this Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamascharya, Arishad Vargas will cover the actual, the true intelligence of the soul. If the person is not realized, the mirror will be masked by the dust, like how the mirror is masked by the dust. Similarly, the embryo will be concealed by the womb, the embryo will be inside the womb. Similarly, the person's knowledge also, will be masked by the desires. So once you clarify that clutter of your desires, then the actual knowledge will come out. So that is why one should be in the spiritual path.
आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणानलेन च.
So the knowledge of even the most discerning gets covered by this perpetual enemy. See, so in the form of insatiable desire, which is never satisfied and burns like, son of a Kunti. See, so just like, he is the same, telling the same thing, even in this sloka also, which is I already covered in the previous one.
इन्द्रियाणि मनोबुद्धिरस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येष ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम्.
These senses, mind and intellect are said to be breeding grounds of desire. See, in our brain, what happens is the senses. So all these senses, what happens? Once this Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamascharya, so automatically, the thoughts, once the thoughts is nothing but a mind. So in the mind, all these things will influence the person's mind. So once the person's mind is, keep on thinking about more and more, automatically all those thoughts are energies. Those energies will go and sit at the subconscious level. So there, it starts breeding the desire. Once the desire gone to your mind, continuously it keeps it repeats more and more. You might have thought that desire one time, but once it is gone to your brain and sits at the subconscious level, it keeps repeating more and more. That is the problem. So that is why it should not go to that level. So through them, it clouds one's knowledge and dilutes. So once it is gone into the brain, like at a subconscious level, it keeps repeating that desire will be. Even the sex also the same thing. If the sex thoughts also the same thing. If it is only at the body level, it's not a problem. But once those thoughts have gone to the brain, it keeps thinking and repeatedly and on. Whatever you do, physically you might be doing your job or you might be doing some work, but still the mind keeps thinking on. So then what happens? Once the person is so much into that, the person's knowledge, the soul knowledge or any knowledge or vichakshana, to do this is right, this is not right, like this is good or this is bad. So that kind of balance also a person will lose. Then automatically the person will do the sinful acts. So that is what in Bhagavad Gita he was saying that.
तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम्.
Exactly. Jnana Vijnana, the balance. The jnana, he will lose that jnanam. Okay? So therefore, the best of Bharata, that means, so, best of the Bharats, in every in the very beginning, bring the senses under control. That is why you bring all your senses under control and slay this enemy called desire. And you know that you become free of the desires, because he was so much attached to his family. He is saying that he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to do this Kurukshetram, right? So that is why he was attacking all those things. So you need to get rid of those things. Then only you can do this karma. Once you do this karma, only you will get the salvation. So that is what Krishna was saying that. So because of you are so much into this vyamoham towards the family, that destroyed your knowledge and realization. You are not able to realize. That is what Krishna was saying to Arjuna.
इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुरिन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिर्यो बुद्धेः परतस्तु सः.
So the senses are superior to the gross body, and superior to the senses is the mind. So beyond the mind is the intellect, and even beyond the intellect is the soul. So he's saying, see, the senses are superior than your body. Okay, these senses, all 6 senses are superior to the body and superior to your mind. And your mind is beyond your intellect, and even beyond the intellect is your soul. So ultimately the supreme thing is your soul. So these senses should not overcome your soul. So once they overcome your soul, what happens is your actual knowledge and your actual intelligence will not come out. It will be masked, like the dust on the mirror or the smoke and the fire. That is what he was telling.
एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्.
So, okay. So, therefore, thus, knowing the soul to be superior to the material intellect, O mighty armed Arjuna, subdue the self, your senses, mind, and intellect by the self, like self is by soul, and kill this formidable enemy called lust. So, this is all because of your 6 senses. You are unable to detach from these families, and you are not going against. They're all your enemies. They are coming to you to kill you, but you are attached so much to them, but they are killing you, man. They're killing you. They are the entire family, whoever you are, whoever you are thinking that your people, and you have a bonds with them, but those people are coming to kill you. So your lust is making you, your lust or your kama kro, your 6 senses making you to get killed by them. So awaken your soul and realize yourself and subdue your senses, subdue your mind and intellect, and awaken your soul, and you kill your senses. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madamascharya, your this thing. Then only you will be saved. Otherwise, you get killed in the hands of enemies, so-called your families. That is what he was saying. So I think it's almost done.
मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्. ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः.
Okay. So from here the Sankhya Yogam is finished. So this is the thing. That's it. This is the Sankhya Yogam. It's done. So Karma Yogam, Sankhya Yogam, we both have come in this. So this is yeah, that's the thing. All right, masters. Thank you so much. So I wanted to finish this, and last time we could not finish the entire thing. Now today this was this we could finish this. So any questions you can ask me. So we are at the right time. Last 5 more minutes to end this session. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. If not, you want to do a meditation with the meditation, 5 minutes meditation, we will end this session, masters. Okay. 5 minutes. Okay, masters.
Keep being lazy about cleaning your apartment. No serious.
Okay, masters. Let's thank to cosmic positive divine energies and Pournami energies. Let's also thanks to all 5 elements and the nature. Let's thank to divine gurus, divine angels, and divine souls who are all meditated and helped us to enlighten tonight. Let's thank to the Pournami moon energies. Let's thank to our parents and the society. Let's thank to our own souls masters. Let's take the palms on your eyes. Take a breath and breathe in. And slowly breathe out. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes and look at your palms with a smile, masters. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ratnagaru.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
Mhm.
నైస్
Yeah.
మెడిటేషన్.
So I'll put this recording in the group. You can have it.
షూర్.
Yeah. You can subscribe my channel and they will be there other things also. You know Telugu?
తెలుగే నేను.
Teluguna? Okay. You can listen other things. Thank you so
మీ
much.
ఛానల్ పేరేంటండి?
నేను అందులో పెడతాను నేను. ఓకే.
ఓకే, సరే సరే.
యా షూర్.
ఓకే అండి. యా షూర్. గుడ్ నైట్.
గుడ్ నైట్.